Newspapers and movies are discussing bipolar disorder a whole lot more often than they used to. A singer, Britney Spears, was thought to supposedly have bipolar disorder. At AC here, we don't support labeling people, but we do see that people get the wrong idea about bipolar disorder. Bipolar disorder is related with mood swings. A lot of people have experienced mood swings. We've all been there. You get frustrated in life, you're happy, or you're sad. It happens. With bipolar disorder, it's more serious of mood swings. Really big ups and downs. It's not the same thing that we experience day to day. We have more control over our mood swings, but with bipolar disorder, there's a chemical imbalance. It's a really serious condition. It's not like your everyday mood swing. The old word for bipolar disorder used to be called manic depression. There's two parts of bipolar disorder, mania and depression. Mania is the high feelings, positive feelings that you get. It can be a variety of different things, like you can be thinking a lot, you can be very creative, you have a lot of energy, a lot of motivation, be very busy and doing all sorts of different things. And when you're sleeping, it goes down. When you're in these positive moods, you can feel really empowered. Your judgment can be a little iffy. You might not think through something and just be impulsive. It's very hard to focus for some people. They might be gambling or sleeping around, buying all sorts of different things. It's possible too. Mania is the high. Now on the other side, depression is the low. For bipolar people, it looks the same as your general standard depression symptoms. You just feel sad, kind of lousy, it's hard to sleep, you sleep too much, you don't eat enough, or you overeat, you feel like you have no hope in the future, you're not really enjoying everyday life. You might think about death. Depression related with bipolar people can sometimes experience those feelings, but it's worse depression than people who are not bipolar. Bipolar depression is worse because you have a really big highs and then a very big low. So it's much harder to deal with. One in 5 people with bipolar disorder do not take medication. 1 in 5 people who are not on medication will kill themselves. Bipolar disorder affects people differently. Up to 4 people don't look the same who have the same disorder. Maybe one person is in the manic stage and can continue for 1 to 5 weeks, maybe up to 3 months at a time even. And then they can seem pretty stable for a few weeks or a few months. But then later, their depression could last a few weeks or a few months as well. Young children who have one day a child could have a lot of mood swings, same as adults. It's hard to recognize bipolar disorder. It's really not easy to diagnose. One reason is that some people who have bipolar disorder drink a lot of alcohol or do drugs. with medication, they might feel better or feel worse. It's more difficult. Bipolar disorder can cause a brain chemical imbalance. They've done a lot of research on bipolar disorder, but there's no cure as of right now. But it is possible to control the disorder. Many people who are labeled as bipolar have wonderful lives. They take their medication on a regular basis and are just fine, and they're able to control it very well. It's important to take your medication and see a psychiatrist. It's very important, just in case you need to change medication to make sure it matches you as an individual. It's also important to eat regularly and get enough sleep, because you want to wake up in the morning about the same time. Exercise regularly will help too, so eating, sleeping, and exercising are very important for people who have bipolar disorder. It's also important to have support. Some people find it hard who have bipolar disorder to tell people about it, to really ask for that support and say, can you help me recognize when I'm having different mood swings? So having that discussion can be hard, but it's helpful to have a supportive person. You can meet with a psychologist regularly on a weekly basis, for example. Limiting stress will help. If you can figure out what your triggers are, such as stress with a marriage or a relationship, can be a possible trigger. It'll help to manage your bipolar disorder better. People who have bipolar disorder tend to feel stupid or that they have no control with their lives. Movies tend to exaggerate these disorders, but it's not really with the general population. A lot of people have bipolar disorder, like President Roosevelt had it. Actor Robert Downey had it. Many people have bipolar disorder. It's not a small margin of people. And you can live a good life.